What is good, YouTube? This is your man, the myth, the legend, back with another video, Mr. Starstruck himself. Now, story time. By the title y'all see, it is gonna be story time. This story, I was gonna do a documentary. Well, not was, still am gonna do a documentary on this, but I wanted to just let y'all know exactly what happened to me about 2.5 years, let's call it 3 years ago. And just basically y'all just know what I had to deal with, why I started this channel, why I started to do YouTube in general, why I started to build my own platform, or like not really build my platform, but like reignite my old platform I had back when COVID first started. So I had a bad car accident 2021 August 8th. Okay, so that night, or that day, really, I was exhausted. I worked at Finish Line, which is now JD. So I worked like all week, doubles, all this other stuff, and I was burnt out. So, but that week, me and my homies and my homegirls, we was talking about taking a trip to Cali, right? So I always wanted to go to Cali. Excuse me, I'm a little bit under the weather, but you know. But anyway, I always wanted to visit Cali. Like, I always wanted to go to Cali. I always wanted to go to France, Germany, Spain. I always want to go to Canada, Hawaii, Dubai. Like, I always want to go to. I feel like I will one day. So, yeah. So low key, I was just like, I'm not gonna lie, I was excited more than anybody else to go on this trip. So I was, because it was my idea to begin with, and then like I kind of had to like, not like. I kind of had to convince everybody to be on board with it. So it was kind of like more of like, bro, come on, let's go, like, you know. But anyway, so usually I'm the type of dude that if we go anywhere, I always want to drive my car. I always want to take my car because like I'm impatient that way, because it's like when I'm ready to leave, I want to just go. I want to be like, you could say that I want to be in control, because like when I'm tired, if I'm hungry, if I'm sleepy or whatever, I gotta be like, oh man, I gotta wait until this dude ready so we can go. Like, no, like I've dealt with that so much back when I was younger. I was like, no, I ain't doing that no more. So it's like, even if we both go in the same place, like that's just me. Even with my family, my mom can tell you, I be wanting to drive my car, because it's just like, I don't like waiting on people. I just want to go. Like, if I'm ready to go, I want to just like be able to just go. So long story short, so me and my homeboys was talking that morning, and they was telling me they want to go to a bar or something like that to talk about like paying everything off, like, okay, who go put their money towards what, you know, like. So I was like, okay, cool. So I was sleeping the rest of the day, because we talked about this in the morning. So I was asleep the rest of the day because I was like exhausted. So my homeboys pulled up to my crib, and they was like, oh, let's just go meet up at the bar or something like that. But it was like, so my boy, he was driving his car, so he was saying that he got low oil in his car or whatever. And I was like, or he's like, he could drive, but he got low oil in his car. Or if I want to drive my car, we could do that, because we all live in the same neighborhood. So I was like, okay, I'll drive my car, because I prefer, like, again, I prefer to drive my own car anyway, because when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. So we take my car. We going down highway. Then we go to pick up my homegirl. Then we go to this bar. Now, before I get further in the story, no, we wasn't drinking. No, we wasn't like taking shot. Nah, we wasn't doing none of that. All we did, we just sat there. Everybody had water. Like, we didn't even eat. So just get that out. Get out the head. Get you out the head. Like, get that out your head. Like, we wasn't drinking. So we wasn't drinking. We was just drinking water. Nobody ate anything, and we just sat there and talked about it. Then I don't know what happened. Like, my homegirl and my other homie, like, they got into like a mini argument about it or whatever. I don't know what happened, because I went to the bathroom, and I was just like, I seriously didn't know what happened. So things got kind of like awkward a little bit. So I was just like, all right, let's just go. Mind you, like, my point is like, because like right there and there, I was just like, yeah, it's like, I'm glad I drove my car, because at least I could be like, all right, let's go. Because it's just like, I'm not gonna sit here in this awkward position. So we left. I had smoked that night, so I didn't really feel like I wanted to drive. So my homie used to drive like whenever I smoked, my homie used to drive my car for me, like drive, like obviously I'm in the car, but like drive me there, so wherever I gotta go or whatever. So I told him to drive. So this man driving all crazy, just like doing the most, like, cause he pissed off. So mind you, I'm zooted, I'm out of there. So I'm just like not really thinking about it. But then after a while, I was kind of like coming out of it, and I was just like, bro, chill, like what you got going on, like, you know what I'm saying? So after a while, he kind of calmed down, and then we got to her apartment, dropped her off, then we driving off. She called my phone, was like, oh, she left her keys in the back seat of my car or whatever. So we came back to her. Like, mind you, we didn't even leave the apartment complex yet. So we dropped her off. We went back to get her key. And then she just snatched the key out of my hand and just walked off. And I was just like, oh, okay. Like, you know, like, I don't know what y'all got going on, but, you know what I'm saying, don't bring it here. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. So, and I'm not an argumentative person. Like, how I am now, I'm talking to y'all right now, that's just how I am. I don't, like, it takes so much to really piss me off. So it's like, that is just like, you good? Like, but whatever. I'm chilling, and we drive it. So, mind you, we all live in the same neighborhood. So, we about, I would say about four lights away to get to like our neighborhood. So I'm on my phone, like literally, I'm just chilling on my phone, vibing. Like my phone fell on the floor, so I was like, I'm down, reaching down to get it. All of a sudden, I hear my homie in the back seat, like, bro, look out, and I'm like, what? Like I get up, jump up, like, what? So I see a dude, like he was like jaywalking across the street. So I was like, oh, like, you know, oh snap. And then so my boy swerved out the way not to hit him. Mind you, the road was a little bit wet. It wasn't like drenching or like, you know, the rain just fell, it was crazy, or it was falling or whatever. It was kind of like drying up, but still a little wet enough to make something happen. So we spinning out of control. So we spinning. Mind you, the whole time I'm just like, bro, please, let us not hit nobody. Like, it's like, bro, I'm just in my head. Like, for that split second, I'm just like, bro, please don't. Because I'm like, all this thing going through my head. Like, they say when your life flash before your eyes. I'm just like, bro, please, let's not hit nobody. Please, let's just, like, let this dude get in control of the car. Like, everything happened so fast. And so, all I hear was a big crashing noise. And I was like, damn. Like, that quick second, like, it was like a split nanosecond. I was like, damn. Then, I hit my head, hit the dash. Like, mind you, I'm in the passenger seat, so my head hit the dash, and then I blacked out. I didn't know what happened after that. So when I was out, and I'm telling you the truth, like, I promise you, I'm telling the truth. I've said this to everybody, and everybody's like, whoa. So you know the cliche term is like, don't walk to the light and all that other stuff. Like, I when I was out, I woke up, mind you, pitch black everywhere, pitch black. There was no light, there was nothing, pitch black, and like, my body, everything, normal clothes on. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, where am I? So I'm just walking, because it's like, it's literally miles of darkness, like nothing there. And then I'm walking. Then all of a sudden, I do see a light, like a little bright light, like far away. So I'm walking towards it, because it's like, you know, you trying to figure out where you at. So I'm walking. Then the light just gets brighter and brighter. And I started seeing stuff in that light. Like, it was just like a flash of light, and I started seeing stuff. Like, I saw Heaven's Gate. Like, no, I'm not capping. I saw Heaven's Gate. I saw the clouds. I saw everything. And then there was a voice telling me that if you keep walking to this, you gonna stay here forever. But if you turn around, you gonna come back. Clear as day. Promise you. And then I stopped. I was walking, and I stopped. And then I was just like, am I really finna leave my family, my niece, my nephew? Promise you, it was my niece and my nephew in my head, because I take care of them like they're my own children. So that was going through my head. Then I turn around. And I didn't turn around, like, I just literally turned my head back way. All of a sudden, I was waking up. I heard my homeboy just screaming, like, bro, you good? You alive? Are you dead? Please be alive. And I'm just like, I woke up. And I'm back in the car. So I woke up and I'm looking, like, mind you, I'm just like this. So I'm looking like all around because I'm coming to. And I see glass everywhere. My car messed up. I was so mad. And I was just like, damn. So mind you, I'm trying to get up. I couldn't move a finger. I promise you. This is not me being funny. I'm so serious. I couldn't move a finger, nothing. Like, I couldn't move nothing. So I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, bro, I can't move. So I'm thinking, like, I didn't know what was going on. So my other homeboy, he had called an ambulance when I was out. So he called the ambulance. The ambulance pulled up, like, bro, whoever, and this is just a side note, whoever wants to be a paramedic, I'm just telling you, y'all are gonna be heroes. Y'all are the real heroes out there. Like, y'all are just, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all man, y'all are the real heroes out there. So they came in a split second. So they asked me, could I move? I was like, no. So they grabbed my shirt, my arms, and it's like pulling me over all the glass. There's like a whole bunch of glass, metal everywhere. So they just pulling me out the car. Mind you, I can't feel like if it's hurting or anything. I can't feel nothing. So they pulling me out the car, and then they put me on the ground. They was like, can you move? Can you stand up? I was like, no, nothing. I can't do anything. And I'm screaming. I'm like, bro, I don't want to die. Please, I don't want to die. And they was like, no, you're not. Just calm down. You're not gonna die. So I'm just like, damn. Like, I think about it now. I'm just like, damn. These people are really, really like trained to be like calm and collective. And I'm just like, you know, because I'm freaking out. I don't know what's gonna happen. So they put me on the stretcher and they put me in the ambulance. Mind you, I was in the ambulance. They took me away. So I was in there like blacking out, like I'm passing out again. And all I hear is a lady keep saying, "Keep your eyes open, sir. Keep your eyes open." Like, she got the light shining in my eyes. Like, stay awake, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. Like, she hit me on my face. Stay with me, stay with me, stay alive. That's stay alive. But like, you know what I mean? Like, stay awake, stay awake, stay awake. We got to the hospital split, like, maybe it's because I passed out a couple times, but we got in the hospital so fast. So they got me in the hospital, and then I passed out again. Then I woke up. Then there was a nurse that came to me and asked me, is there anybody a family member, a friend, whoever you want to call to let them know what happened to you. So I promise you, to this day, you can ask my cousin. I don't know how I remember my cousin's number, but that's my cousin who raised me. I don't know how I remember his number, but for some reason, it was God that allowed me to remember his number off the top of my head. So I told him my cousin's number. So my cousin was on his way to the hospital. So I passed out again. By the time I woke up, my cousin bust the corner coming around looking at me and stuff. So by that time, this arm kind of like came back to life or whatever. I don't know. So I was able to move it. So I'm trying to get to it. Like, but I can't move anything else. Just literally this arm I can move. So he wasn't freaking out. He was calm and collective, and he wanted to know what happened and whatever. So he told him that the nurses and everybody was telling him what happened, what was the deal. So so he was keeping calm and collective, I guess, for me. So I didn't know this, but this is like, fast forward, my cousin later on told me that they put me in the morgue because I was unresponsive. Like, I guess my heart stopped or whatever. So it was just, they thought I was done. Because he said because you couldn't turn your head or move anything, they put you next to a dead guy. So I was like, you for real? It was cold in that thing. So I was just like, you know, I was just thinking, because you know you go to hospital, it's always cold. So like, I'm not thinking like I'm in a morgue, you know. So that, like, I'm just glad he told me that after the fact. But it was just like, when I thought about it, I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy. So anyways, back to the story. So I'm in the hospital. They say your neck is broken. C1 fracture. That's like you fractured your spine. So I basically fractured my spine. So my mom didn't get to know anything until, like, she got off work, and she worked in ambulance. She got off at 5 o'clock in the morning. Then my cousin, he called her right as she got off of work and told her. So our mom was bawling, crying, everything. So she couldn't even drive. So my aunts in Cali was on the phone with her until she got to the house. Then my uncle pulled up to my mom's house, and he drove her to the hospital to find me. So mind you, this happened on Sunday. My mom couldn't see me until, I think, Tuesday, because they had to like prep me and put me on life support and everything like that. And they had to rush my surgery because they told me that if they didn't do my surgery within that 2-day time period, like I would have suffocated, because my lungs, my organs, everything was shutting down, because like my body was in such a state of shock. So they had to rush the surgery as quick as possible. So, you know, my mom wanted to see me and everything. So it's like, you know, it was a whole bunch of like drama. It was a whole bunch of like back and forth and whatnot. So and there's a lot more to it that I honestly can't explain, but it was a lot at that period of time. That week was a lot for my family. So we did the surgery. Everything came back normal, like my blood work, everything. Surgery was a success. So I was like, thank God. So, but I was on life support for about a month. So I couldn't drink water. Like literally, I couldn't take any liquids. No liquids at all. I was on a feeder tube. Like they had to put a tube down my nose. So I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink anything. So again, the feeder tube was to keep me obviously from getting hungry or whatever. But obviously I couldn't eat nothing. I couldn't drink nothing. Like literally, I couldn't talk. So that was another thing. For 3 months straight, three months straight, I couldn't talk, I couldn't move, I couldn't eat anything, I couldn't drink anything. I was damn near like a corpse, like a living corpse. And I was struggling both mentally and physically. That was the hardest time of my life ever. Because it's like you have no control over what happens to you. You have no control or of anything. Like your TMI, you have no control over your bowels, nothing. Like you just sit there at somebody's mercy. And as a young man at the age of 23 at the time, I'm just like, damn, I just turned 23 and this is how my life gonna be for the rest of my life. Cause like that was going through my head. I'm thinking this is gonna be my life now. So I was just like, damn. Then, you know, my mom came multiple times, every day for that matter. My sister, my homies, they tried to come, but the thing is, visitation, because of COVID, there was only one person that could come visit me per day. So it was just like, say for example, you came to see me on Saturday, that's it. My mom can't come see. Like if I had a friend come see me on Saturday, my mom couldn't come see me on Saturday. So it was just like, if my mom couldn't see me, she would like freak out or whatever. Like just one day she couldn't come, she would freak out, which I understand, because you know that's my mom at the end of the day. Like, you know, I'm her baby boy, I'm her only boy, I'm her youngest, you know. So of course she go freak out if she can't see me one day, you know. So, but we worked it out. My friends came to see me, cheer me up, everything, bring me food. But when they brought me food and stuff, that was towards like the end, to where I was like on the rehab floor, because the rehab floor I was able to start eating and drinking again, because my body started to like come out of that state of shock. Imagine my body was in a state of shock for 2 months straight. So I couldn't eat or drink anything for those 2 months. And then after the 2 months was up, right around that 3rd month was when I was able to eat and drink again. But I still couldn't move. I was barely able to move. This my arm. Again, this arm came back first. Mobility, everything first. So mind you, I was able to eat and drink things, but only at small portions. But I was just like, whatever I could take, I'm gonna get it. So I was able to eat and drink and stuff at that time. So around that time, my friends kind of brought me some food, some water, some this, like, you know, regular stuff. And we just there chilling and have, you know, cracking jokes. Now, again, shout out to RMC rehab floor. Everybody on that floor was so nice, was so loving, was so like, it was like a family up there. Like I'm up there and I'm just like, I'm going through this difficult time, but they just cheered me up. They made me laugh so many times. They made me smile so many times. Like I was just laying there. I'm just like, sometimes I forget that I'm in this situation. Like.